Chapter 40. Having second thoughts? Retta asked. They were standing near the front of the bookstore waiting. Alicia and Kenny were both dressed in their human clothes with their bags on the ground. Alicia, full of anxiety, tried to stop her right arm from twitching by focusing on moving her thumb against her pointer finger. Apparently, this movement had still been noticed. "Do you think that Cedar will be able to pull it off?" she asked. She watched Kenny slump to the floor by one of the covered windows. He took one of his toy cars out of his pocket and started running it around the ground. "I know he seems all tough and rigid, but that is just a front he puts on. He has done so much to defend the king that now he sees a way to make amends. He will not fail you, I promise." "You do not have the most unbiased opinion of him." Retta laughed. "Maybe not, but my opinion is the most relevant. I can assure you that he is committed. He not only finally declared his love, but he promised to spend the rest of his life with me. We just need to get Kenny on the throne." Alicia felt her stomach drop at the news, her guilt outweighing their excitement. "Wait, he proposed during all of this?" "Yes." Retta's smile was radiant. Alicia tried hard to fake a smile. "Did he give you a ring?" Alicia asked. "Elves do not exchange rings. Our ceremony is simple. We bind ourselves together, showing our joining as one soul." "Wait, is that what I will have to do?" "Yes. You will stand before the nation and declare your union." "I guess I should have asked about all this earlier. Is there anything else?" "What else would there be? There is nothing more magical than a marriage. When you get married, you are married for more than life. You are married for eternity." "I have one more question," Alicia stammered. "Do elves ever have more non-traditional marriages? For example, say my future partner meets someone while I was in this political marriage." "Elves have divorced, but it is not something done lightly. If you are planning on a divorce, then it is best not to go through the marriage." "No, not divorce. That cannot happen. This marriage is too important. But what if either one of us wanted to continue another relationship while we were married? If both parties agreed, would it be allowed? It isn't like we are going to be consummating the marriage. There will be no other offspring, and the point of the marriage is completely political." "It is not unheard of for such an arrangement to happen, but it seems like a horrible way to start a marriage." "The whole situation is horrible. I do not want to condemn a man to a sexless relationship because I have no desire to engage him that way. If there is someone that he is interested in, then he should be allowed to continue that relationship after we are married." "That is very noble of you." "Nothing about this situation is noble. This is just about survival. When my son was born, I told him I would do anything to protect him. Just because I didn't realize what that meant does not mean that I should not keep my promise." "It is time to go. He should be ready for you, and you should have some distance before I make the call." Retta leaned down and pulled Kenny into a hug. "You got this, little man. Just remember to be brave for your mom." "I will," Kenny said. "You don't have to do this," Alicia said. "We don't have a choice," Retta said. "None of us do. You've seen what is happening to my world. We have a chance to fix it, and we have to take it. Besides, I have the easiest task of you all." Alicia nodded her head in acknowledgement and reached down to pick up her bag. She turned to her son. "Are you ready?" Kenny picked up his backpack and with Alicia's help slipped it on. Then he put his hand in hers and they headed out the front door. They walked quickly, trying not to stand out even though there did not seem to be anyone around. They passed neighboring storefronts, all of which appeared to be vacant, until 3 buildings down there was a small alley, just like Retta had described. The alley was clean and empty. They walked down it to the end until they were hidden in shadows. "Do you know what to do?" Alicia asked. Kenny concentrated and held her hand tighter. "It's clear," he said. Alicia felt a familiar tingle. The smell hit her first, like a strong odor of urine. Then she saw the rows of trash cans and the garbage littering the alley. The walls were covered in painted-over graffiti, and Alicia knew they were back in the human world.